How many of you treat your life as if it's a game? Well, today I'd like to share a little bit about myself and how I believe that we can conduct ourselves like we're running a game of strategy, implementation, and adjustment. Not a trivial game, but a game of purpose and meaning. I like to think of it like a game of football, because that's what my background pretty much was as a kid. So I'm going to give myself the benefit of the doubt. Now, we all don't know how much time we have left, but I'm going to say that big scoreboard in the sky says I'm right about the time where I'm leaving the locker room and coming out to my second half of play. So the first quarter is my school years. Now, I come from a family of four. I'm the youngest of four. Grew up in New Jersey, and from a middle-class family. Now, sports were paramount in my house, and I think it was so much so because they opened up so many doors for my father. He was able to get his degree through playing football, and it helped him advance in his career, just having that piece of paper. So I remember coming down the stairs, it was like third or fourth grade for Christmas. I was always the first one up, always super excited. Came down the stairs, was feeling around in the dark. What is this long object in this container? It was a 45-pound Olympic weightlifting bar. And that will be known as our weight Christmas, not our white Christmas. The Christmas tree was littered with weightlifting equipment. I was pretty excited, along with my other brothers. My sister, not so much, especially when my dad said, "Here's your college fund, make good use of it." So for me, my intentions were set. I needed to get a scholarship if I wanted to go to school. And as an insecure, shy kid, football was an outlet for me. Putting on those pads, I felt the sense of anonymity. Also, went from being a shy, withdrawn type of kid to feeling like a superhero. To have that helmet and shoulder pads on really made a huge impact on me and just helped me, for lack of better terms, just let it fly out there in the field. So I used those weights, earned myself a scholarship, went to Rutgers University, was a 3-year starter, elected co-captain at the end of my senior year, and graduated with a degree in economics. Lessons learned from that first quarter: discipline and focus are paramount. When you have any goal, to focus on it with laser beam focus and discipline. Do the things, the little things, day in and day out that can help you achieve. Where you're starting doesn't matter. It's where you finish. I was the absolute last person recruited to Rutgers University. So I came in there a bit undersized as a lineman, and I can honestly say I can't point to a teammate that outworked me. So I was able to achieve the things I achieved with the start and being elected captain. Was not without adversity. I had a couple major injuries. I had a knee reconstruction at the end of my freshman year. Also had a wrist injury in my junior season, third or fourth week of the year, I don't know exactly when, but it was before a bye week. So I broke my wrist, finished the game, had surgery at the beginning of the next week. I was a center at the time, and it was my snapping hand. So I learned how to snap left-handed during our bye week. And I had to hold my hand here because I couldn't let it down below my heart because of the throbbing was so intense. Played the rest of the season. Might not have been the best idea, but I did it for my teammates. Those are that was the dealing with the adversity. Leadership. I learned my style of leadership, which was much like a leader by example and more of a servant leader. Also learned where I could tweak myself and improve to help get teams to the next level. So second quarter, career, faith, and family. Probably gonna have to pick up the speed here, but I worked a few jobs while I was pursuing a career in law enforcement. I got hired on with the Federal Air Marshal Service, flew out of New York for about 4 years, transitioned to a full-time instructor position at our academy, Did that for about 4 years. And right about that transition time is when I started getting in touch with my faith, reading the Bible, and really there was something I was searching for. I believe that led to me finding my spouse. I met her a couple years into my stint there, and basically falling in love at first sight. She was stunning, intelligent, and also had incredible street smarts. And her personality balanced mine tremendously. They say opposites attract, and we made each other whole, I believe. So we got married. After a couple years, my wife was shortly thereafter pregnant, and I was going through a career change. I was leaving the FBI, or leaving the Air Marshals and going to the FBI. I was in the academy while my wife was pregnant. We got shipped out to Hawaii, and I spent about 8 years in Hawaii with the FBI as a white-collar crime investigator and a SWAT team member. I always generated towards teams, so now I'm wearing the body armor of a SWAT team member. Now, at that time, it was we had gone through basically every major life stressor. New marriage, new child, new job, move, major deaths in the family. So it was difficult. But we made it out there. I retired from the FBI. We moved to Florida and kind of starting all over. And currently I'm working in real estate investments and business investments and venturing outside of my comfort zone to things I'd never done in the past. But what did I learn in that second quarter? The power of prayer. It's ineffable, the things that I've seen in my life, with my relationship with my spouse, to be at a place that we are from where we were is nothing short of divine intervention. Embrace growth. Mentioned growth in your speech. I read a book by Carol DeWick, talks about the fixed and growth mindset. Excellent book, recommend it for everybody. And I definitely came from a family that was more in that fixed mindset. So I want to be an example of the growth mindset to my kids. Communication. I believe communication it's what separates us from animals. And I think it's one of the most important things that you can learn how to do is communicate effectively. And a lot of that is to do with listening and just being present. And last but not least, have a bigger vision. So as I leave the field for my second half, there are a couple things I just want to focus on, and that's my priorities. Number one, my faith. 2 is my family. And 3 is making sure that I play the second half to win. The worst thing you can do when you're coming out of halftime with a lead is start playing not to lose and on the defensive. And I just want to finish the game strong and play to win. Thank you.